What do we mean when we talk about the get your stories straight approach to instilling operational excellence into your organization? This framework presents a simple approach to ensuring that your organization fully realizes its goals in regard to operational excellence. The framework points out the two major questions that your organization needs to answer and to write down those answers to ensure that you have alignment across your organization and especially across your senior leadership team. The two questions are, who are we? That's the articulation of exactly what is your organization there for, and what are the goals and values of your organization, and what is the scope your organization has. The second larger question is, given that you now have an understanding of who you are, is what are you doing? What is your organization executing on? What processes are in place? How are you doing? What are the results of those? Now, based upon the answers to those two questions, you can then do an assessment of how well you're meeting the needs that you originally intended to go after and compare yourself to others. And that would be through system assessment. That system assessment could just be a benchmarking activity. It could be a conversation about strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats in a strategy session. But in any case, it's saying take a good look at yourself, at the system that you deal in, and then look for the gaps between what you are and what you could be. From that point on, you have two paths that you can follow. One is, and these would be followed simultaneously. One is to ensure that you have an ongoing way of looking at your overall system to ensure that you're making the best decisions for the system as opposed to silo types of decisions. That is what we refer to as system stewardship. But at the same time, you need to look at the processes you have in place. The process management step is to ensure that you have your processes documented. You may use external process frameworks such as the process classification framework or APQC, or others that may be more appropriate to your industry. Those classification frameworks, business process frameworks, are used to ensure that you have broad understanding of the processes you use in your business. Those differ from excellence frameworks that would be used in the system assessment area. Excellence frameworks would include the Baldrige criteria, EFQM, and others. Once you have your process management in place, that you have your processes documented, then you need to ensure that what you're doing is actually what you've documented. That would be process control. If what you find you're doing does not match what you've documented, then either change your documents or change what you're doing. That might include the need for putting in a significant amount of training in the processes you have in place in order to ensure that they are being followed. Once you have control over your processes, then you can be very effective in improving them. So that's process improvement. That would be the application of the types of things that you would consider to be Six Sigma, Lean, things that would be changing your processes, culture shifts associated with ongoing improvement of the way in which you do your business. So those three parts of process activities, management, control, and improvement, are what leads you to significantly get better operational results, which help you towards your ultimate goal of full operational excellence. In order to get to full operational excellence, though, you need to make it so that your processes not only are operating internally to what they expect to do, but that they're integrated, that they work well across the organization, and that would be considered to be system integration. So that was why we set up originally the need for having some type of a system stewardship, some type of a organizational answer to how you ensure that what you're doing is the correct thing for the system, not just for the silos within that. So the ultimate goal of full operational excellence in your organization is to achieve that system integration that takes your ongoing improving processes and ensures that they are linked and meshed together to do the best thing for the organization. So those are the simple steps that are associated with the get your stories straight approach. Now, while they're simple steps, each of those have a significant amount of work that need to be done, and they do not have to be done for the entire organization at one time before they go to the next. You would want to be addressing your processes simultaneously. You would like to work on the most important, the key processes, and those types of things. What is key to your organization? What is most important? That starts with the first part of the Get Your Stories Straight approach, which is who are we? So that's the understanding of what you're there for, and that helps you to understand what's key. And based upon your understanding of key, when you do your assessment against your goals, your competitors, and excellence frameworks, that system assessment provides you a number of opportunities for improvement, as well as places for you to build upon your strengths. And based upon that understanding what was key for your organization coming from that very first question, that helps you to know which of the processes you will be pushing on to move through the management, control, and improvement cycle as quickly as possible. The Get Your Stories Straight approach is a simple view of how to move towards full operational excellence across your whole organization. Thank you.